The second guitar for the chorus is kind of doing this octave harmony riff that's happening here. And we're just going to start here up at 11 on the A and G, and this will all just be like A and G octave here. So we go 11 and 13, take it down to 6 and 8, and then up to 7 and 9. The next measure, we go back down to the 6 and 8, come back up, hit a couple of 7s and 9s. We do that twice the measure. Okay, start it over again by the 11 and 13, 6 and 8, 7 and 9. Alright, then we do our 6 and 8, couple 7s and 9s. And then just throw in a quick 11, 13, couple of those. And then a couple of the 7s and 9s. Interlude section here, and we're just doing these syncopated E power chords. Throwing a little A power chord in there, but it's just a specific pattern you want to get. It's a couple of strums, quick. Hesitate a moment, then we'll do a dead strings. All right, and then a couple of more, quick together. Okay, so that's hesitate a moment there. Then we do 2 dead strings and then 1 E strum. And then we'll more or less repeat that again, but instead of the very last chord being that E, we're just going to jump up and throw an A. Repeat the first measure again, and the final measure will just be a couple of E strums, and then we do 3 dead strings and then 2 E strums again. Okay, guitar for the first bridge section here. It's all clean, and we're just arpeggiating here. Come all the way up to this mid-voiced E here. So we got 7A, 9 on the D and G. We just pick right through that. Come back up. All right, and we're just gonna descend that bass note. Go to an E flat. So we go 6 on the A. Keep those 9s on the D and G. Pick that the same way. Shift down to the C sharp minor shape, and we'll hit the 4 on the A, 6D, come up, hit the 5B, back to the 6D, and when we hit that last 6D, we just cut and we rest there for a moment. Okay, so rest there, and then we just toss in this quick bit of an A5 where we go open A, 2 on the D, back to open A. Okay, and first guitar just kind of repeats that whole thing a couple times. Second guitar comes in on the second time, and it's doing this high alternate picking thing. We're just going to go open E to B. All right, couple opens there. Make the E a 2. Go between that and the open B a couple times. Back to the opens. And once we hit that second B open, hammer that on to 2, hit the open E, pull that 2B off to open. Second part of the bridge, we get heavy again, and this has a similar vibe to that second guitar in the second part of the intro. All right, where we're just going to go open power chord on the D, go to 2s, hit the 2s again. All right, then we do a quick 2 to open, come back to the 2s, slide it up to 7s. All right, and we'll repeat that just like that twice. Then we kind of throw in these rests and stops here. So after we go through that twice, then we just kind of rest a measure. There's a little vocal break. We come off to the next section, just like we originally did in the first measure. All right, but now the following measure we'll do open to 2, hit the 2s, then we go 2, open, and once we come back to those 2s, instead of sliding up to 7, we just hit those 2s and cut right there. All right, there's a little vocal thing that happens there. And the last measure, we do opens to 2s, cut right there, little vocal riff, and then we go open to 2s, slide up to 7s. Okay, so it's just kind of like this playing around with like what the vocal is doing, tossing in some rests there. And after that, we just do the first measure once again there. So a couple measures of rest where we're just kind of building up. It's coming off the previous bridge section. And then we start to build it up. We do this palm muted open low D power chord. All right, just open low D in the A there. And we're just strumming this really quick, like 16th notes, building it up, palm muted. Do a measure of that. And then we just kind of move to more just a straight up D shape. So we'll add in that low D and put a 5 on the A for, half a dozen strums. Slightly less palm muting. All right. And then we just make it the full D chord here with the 5A, 7 on the D and G. Keep in a low D, and you can just gradually let off the palm muting.